Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulullah Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Welcome my dear students. Today we are going to have a grammar class. So open your students books to page 7 and follow me so that you can get the benefit out of the class. Our first piece of grammar that we are going to discuss today is adjective order. When you use more than one adjective before a noun, the adjectives go in a certain order. The order is determined by category. Adjectives usually follow this order. Opinion. So first of all, the adjective for opinion, whether you think the thing is expensive, difficult, beautiful, ugly, whatsoever. And then we've got the size or the shape. Sometimes you talk about large things, small things, round, rectangular, parallel, and so on. So they come at the same rank, the size and the shape. And then we've got the age, whether the thing is old or young, ancient. Okay, and then the color, red or turquoise. Nationality, the Saudi Arabian, British, American, whatsoever. And the last adjective is for material, glass, wooden, rubber, and so on. So here we go. The beautiful old stone house has been put up for sale. So first of all, I believe this house is beautiful. So this is an adjective of opinion. صفة الرأي هذه شباب. جات أول شيء beautiful and then old اللي هي العمر. طب واحد يقول لي ما حطيت السايز. It's not necessarily مش بالضرورة أبدا that all these adjectives are found in one sentence. بالعكس, it is said that زي الملحوظة اللي في الأخير دي بتقول لك only 1 to 3 adjectives are used to modify a noun at a time. So we don't have more than 3 adjectives for a single sentence. Otherwise it sounds strange. So I have 2 large brown sofas in my living room. So large and then brown. Okay, that's good. Let's have this exercise together. Rewrite each sentence putting the adjectives in the correct order. Add commas where necessary. Of course, between an adjective and another there is a comma, except for the last one. Okay? There is a round small table in a kitchen. Is everything okay? No. We should make the word small, which is an adjective for size, precedes that adjective for shape, round. So there is a small round table in a kitchen. Our new apartment is in a building. Should we say brick small or small brick? I can hear a good student saying, oh sir, small is the adjective for size. It must come first. You are right there. So our new apartment is in a small brick building. What about the second one? The apartment has a old Persian wonderful rug. What do you think? Is there an adjective for opinion here? Sure there is. Wonderful. And then old or Persian, what do you think? Think it over. Refer again to the order. If you refer to the order, you will come to know that of course, yes, that's right. Old comes before the nationality Persian. So the apartment has a wonderful old Persian rug. And here we go for number 3. There are new enormous, enormous new windows. Of course enormous because it signals the size. There are enormous new windows. And so on. Think of the rest of the exercise and you will find the answers like this. Small brick building, wonderful old Persian rug, enormous new windows, ugly brown velvet curtains, and so on. So, all in all, in one sentence, more than one adjective should be put according to a certain order. Let's move now to another thing. To and enough. To can be placed before adjectives and adverbs. To معناها للغاية. She can't reach the shelf. She is too short. Look, too short. To comes before the adjective short. You're talking too loudly. I can't hear the news. Again, to is put here before the adverb loudly. How are you talking? You are talking too loudly. I can't hear the news. Enough can be placed after adjectives and adverbs. Again, enough can be placed after adjectives and adverbs. She can reach the shelf. She's tall enough. You're talking loudly enough. Everyone can hear you. Enough can be placed before nouns as well. They should buy their own home. They have enough money. A phrase with to or enough can be followed by an infinitive phrase. What is an infinitive phrase? Let's have a look. You're too sick, to leave the house today. We cannot say you are too sick leave or leaving. You are too sick to leave the house today. You are not well enough to go to work today. And here again, I have enough days off to go on a trip. So, an infinitive phrase is the complete infinitive. To plus the verb one. Now for exercise B, use the words to write one complaint using to and one complaint using enough. Complaint يعني يا شباب. Complaint يعني شكوى. We need to make complaints here. One time with to and another time with enough. The elevator moves slowly, quickly. We can say the elevator moves too slowly. It doesn't move quickly enough. Can you see the difference between to and enough? To preceded the adverb جت قبل الظرف لكن enough followed the adverb جت بعد الظرف. The lobby dirty clean. Can we write this? Of course. The lobby is too dirty. It is not clean enough. It is not clean enough. The walls thin, thick. Again, the walls are too thin. They are not thick enough. The neighbors, inconsiderate and considerate. The neighbors are too inconsiderate. They are not considerate enough. And so on. Have a look. For number 4, the neighbors talk too loudly. They don't talk softly enough. Again, to here preceded the adverb loudly and enough followed the adverb softly. So you can see clearly how different the use of these two words is. Okay, moving to something else. Exercise C, complete each sentence with an infinitive. Now we need to complete with an infinitive. That is an infinitive phrase. To plus the bare infinitive. I'm not tall enough to be a basketball player. To be a basketball player is an infinitive phrase. I'm tall enough, we can say to reach the shelf. I'm tall enough to play basketball. I'm tall enough to touch the ceiling, and so on. I'm not tall enough to touch the ceiling. Okay, I'm not tall enough to play volleyball or basketball. I'm too young to join the army. What do you think? Number 4, I'm old enough. Can you tell me? I'm old enough, for example, to graduate, and so on. So, what is... Yes, have a look. I'm tall enough to reach the top shelf. I'm not tall enough to see over the fence. Okay? I'm too young to vote in the election. I'm old enough to make my own decisions. I don't have enough money to buy a car. The point is to use an infinitive phrase, to plus an infinitive. Moving now to the workbook, we've got exercise C, number the adjectives in a correct order. My friend Pablo lives in a... we need to number the adjectives according to the right order. Think it over. Have some time, try to think it on your own. And the answers should be like this. Heavy becomes, heavy wooden, giant old, expensive Mexican ceramic, and so on. So adjectives follow a particular order so that our speech is arranged according to a certain structure. Write a sentence for each picture. Use 2 or 3 adjectives in each sentence. If we are going to describe these pictures, what can we say? I saw a big old wooden barn in a countryside. Okay. My friend lives in a house with a beautiful new swimming pool. I have an ugly old leather couch. There was a delicious tall white cake at the wedding. That's a big fat old cat. Exercise E. Insert 2 or enough into the correct place in each sentence. This house is big. Where should I put 2? 2 should precede the adjective big. So, the house is too big. You're driving quickly enough. You're walking too slowly. Can you see? يبقى 2 precedes adjectives and adverbs, while enough follows adjectives and adverbs. Except for nouns, enough comes before noun. Enough comes before nouns. Here we go. Write a sentence that has the same meaning. Use 2 or enough. She isn't too young, she is too short. Again, write a sentence that has the same meaning. Use 2 or enough. When I say she isn't too young, I can say she's old enough. She's too short. Again, she isn't tall enough. The car isn't new enough, so the car is too old. Can you see? The internet is running too slowly, so it is not running quickly enough, or it's not running fast enough, and so on. The dress isn't large enough, so the dress is too small. So the differences between 2 and enough appear clearly in these sentences. He is driving too dangerously. He isn't driving carefully enough. the test isn't easy enough, then the test is too difficult, and so on. That film isn't interesting enough, that film is too boring. Exercise G, write the sentences using to or enough with the following words. Okay, we need to write sentences using to or enough. This house isn't new enough. This room is too small. This tree is too old. This printer doesn't go quickly enough. The earrings are not big enough. That house is too old. You aren't walking quickly enough. The test was too difficult for me, and so on. Here again, about the same topic, the use of the to and enough. Exercise H, correct the error in each sentence. We need to correct. He was too late to get on the airplane. Do you think this is a correct sentence? Which to is the writer mean? Does the writer mean here? He was too with double O. Yes. This brings us to the end of our class today. Thank you so much, and I leave this exercise for your own homework. See you in the next class.